I'm Dave Carvajal. This is Thunder, Wisdom, and Insights with some of my favorite leaders on the planet.
When we were launching Oxygen, it was an incredibly interesting experience because we were launching that network right before the .com bubble burst, the first one. And the company itself was built on this idea of conversions. What most people don't remember was that Oxygen actually launched Oxygen.com before it launched the linear network. So it was a company that was ahead of its time, really. Social media didn't really exist as we know it today. If it had, I think actually Oxygen's trajectory would have been a little different. It truly was a company that was ahead of its time. So we launched the websites first, and then we had a big launch of the linear network, very high profile, launched with an ad in the Super Bowl. It was the first ad targeted to women, specifically targeted women that ever ran in the Super Bowl. So very high profile, very big media, a lot of press attention around that, which strategically and creatively was a smart thing to do. The challenge was the network wasn't ready. This was the premise of Oxygen was that we were going to create 24 hours of original programming for women, and that it was going to be very different from Lifetime, who really sort of owned women's TV in the landscape. But the challenge with that is it takes an enormous amount of production, content, operational facilitation to program a 24-hour completely original network. The network wasn't ready. The product wasn't there. So you had the front end looked really good. The back end, not so good. So that was a real moment of pivot. And for me, the interesting thing in that story was you got to know that your product is ready. You know, I was very focused on the consumer marketing side of making sure we had our brand vision articulated, that we had the best possible strategy and creative execution of that brand, and we did. I mean, the creative campaign that we put together won awards. It was incredibly popular from a consumer perspective. The problem was I didn't have product to feed it to. So that became a crisis. I mean, that became, as many startups have, that became sort of a scramble of, all right, what's the product? How do we get product that actually fulfills on the mission? Because the interesting thing was the mission was a good mission. The vision was a good mission. The positioning was a good positioning. The product just wasn't there.